Together we rise with a weekly dose. It's your weekly dose. Truth in the air. Loud conversations, cause somebody cares. Breaking the silence, letting it show. Healing begins with a weekly dose. It's your weekly dose. Strong and bold. Stories of courage that must be told. From every high and every low, we grow together. Weekly dose. Let the voices be heard, let the wounds be restored, let respect lead the way, let love take the floor. This is more than a show, it's a movement we chose, changing lives every week with a weekly dose. It's your weekly dose. Light in the dark, igniting the mind, awakening hearts. Every
Okay,
truth that we boldly disclose brings us
so what I'm doing right
closer.
here,
Weekly dose.
online
It's your weekly dose.
edition of the weekly dose. So in today's, it is just simple. What you can do for her is that wherever you are watching, we ask you that you just go on a page, you share the live, or you invite others to join, because today we have a very interesting topic that we will be discussing, right? So on the weekly dose today, we will be discussing Liberia Hayden's educational crisis. So in that, we will be highlighting, are our children in school? If yes, are they learning? If yes or if no. So we will be highlighting or giving our perspective on these critical issues, because we know that the educational sector in Liberia now is under serious threat. So on the weekly dose today, we will be here to just share our live view on the topic, the Liberia Hayden educational crisis. On that, we'll be spotlighting the question, are our kids or the children in school but not learning? So we will be looking at that. So on today's edition, I have with me my team of panelists. I have with me Rennie, and I also have with me Emmanuel. And we are in a diverse world. I'm joining from Liberia. Rennie is joining from Asia, which is India, and our brother Emmanuel is joining us from the Cape Coast of Ghana. So I will just open the floor so that they can give their 1 minute intro and we kickstart the discussion. Thank you. So Rennie,
Okay, thank you, folks. I'm pretty excited again to be.
Rennie, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
So if Rennie is not there, so we'll go to Emmanuel, who will just give his 1 minute intro for today's edition of the weekly dose. So Emmanuel, can you unmute your mic? If possible, you put your camera on and we can start.
Uh, Great. Good afternoon, folks. I'm so excited. I'm so privileged to be part of this discussion.
Are you both getting me, bro?
My name is Emmanuel. My name is Emmanuel Bento, and I'm currently doing my master's in Ghana at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So today's discussion is very important. It's very critical, and I urge everyone to please take heed to it as we go further to discuss this crisis in our country. Thank you so much.
Okay, folks, thank you again for tuning into the weekly dose, your go-to source for discussing societal issues. And I'm joined by Benjamin Alaska P, and also the brother Emmanuel here, joining from Ghana. So we are going to discuss a paramount issue that affecting our society today, that is the liberal hidden educational crisis. People, those that are in school and those who left school, did they learn? And those who are currently in school, are they learning? These are the tough questions that we're going to answer today, and we're going to provide remedy so that we all can have a say when it comes to this. Again, we are pretty seated here, and I guess that Emmanuel. How is the situation in Ghana as relates to the Liberian community on that side? If you are to bring her up to speed. Oh, Emmanuel just left the stream. Folks, if you're just joining, kindly follow, share, and also invite your family members and loved ones to follow as well. Again, I'm RENNIE, and I'm joining from India, Chandigarh to be precise. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. And we are here from diverse background, just as Mr. Pay said. We will also be giving our view. We'll not be sentimental. We talk the issue out as it is, and we'll make sure that we provide suitable solution, not just by saying it, so that the government can work on it. This is not just any other political show. This is a platform that will educate the young minds as it relates to various fields of study. We have people on our platform that are from diverse field. We have people in the medical field, we have people in the legal field, in the financial field, in the tech, and also in the media field, as well as the fashion and business as well. So again, I'm joined with Benjamin Alaska Pay and also Emmanuel, who is joining from Ghana. So Pay, how is the weather condition in Liberia, and how is the daily life going on that end?
Yeah, the weather condition is not bad. For we from the Mambagle region, we received a little bit of rain last night, so it was not too heavy. It was just a tracing one. So the weather is not actually bad today. At least the temperature is conducive as compared to other days and other weeks. So it is okay. Yeah, the Liberia is very much good. It's just that we are facing a fundamental problem that we usually face when relating to the energy sector, right? The electricity is not like stable, so sometimes it comes and sometimes
Okay,
it leaves. Yeah, so as we are on the show today, if you see my background gets dark, meaning that this is not here. However, the bird is doing pretty well. We are okay here.
okay. Thank you so much. And also, again, like I said, I'm joining from India. The weather condition here is very harsh, and we have not been treated fairly. Someone saying India is the hottest country on the
Yeah, I saw
planet right
that.
now. And
Yeah,
sincerely,
yeah, I saw that.
yeah,
Almost my
it's very
all of the
terrible.
major states now are experiencing a very high temperature.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we
very
we, we,
terrible.
we
It's
hope
very,
that you
very
guys be
terrible.
okay there. We pray that you guys be okay there
Yes,
so that I'm only seeing you
most
and I on the
definitely,
screen. You and I on the screen.
most definitely.
Okay, Mana is
Yes,
back.
Emmanuel just rejoined. Okay, I've
Yeah.
turned Emmanuel back in. Emmanuel, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you guys,
Am I
but my phone had a little problem. Just got
okay?
just went there. But
Yeah.
Okay,
So how's the
so
weather condition in Ghana, Emmanuel? We know that Ghana is is noted to be one of the hot country too. How's the weather condition there?
yeah, I mean, Ghana, the condition here is actually, yeah, hot, as usual. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we are adapting to it, gradually. Liberia and Ghana almost like having not too, different in terms of weather condition, but Ghana is much hotter than Liberia.
Oh, okay.
As much as
Because
you are from Liberia, you can Ghana, you'll be able to at least to adapt to the weather condition because almost similar.
because we usually hear the saying that people say in Ghana when it's like 12 o'clock, all the short the short people you guys they are putting into because it's so hot, the temperature increase. And we know yeah that myth, but actually It's good to like leave your country and go to the next man able to get the experience, yeah,
Yeah,
to
true.
adapt to a new life. These are things that we love to see people doing. Yeah, like my colleague is only from India. Now India is very, very much hot. The temperature in India now is hot, very, very hot. I was there before I experienced it. So sometimes you like to be taking my ice water,
Uh,
just
yeah, true.
yeah, just to keep that comfort. Sometimes your fingering give you that comfort that you need. You have to put the AC on to the very high degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water from the shower like it is from the fire, so
Oh
the
wow.
life of such. Yeah, so it's actually so for now they are actually experiencing a very high temperature. Yeah, so it is good to see all of you on the show today. So, like I said, we gonna be very much objective when it comes to the subject matter on the discussion, because these are things that we are seeing, especially we are seeing in Liberia where the AFL is recruiting people, and we saw some of those reading deficiency that we saw our our youth, some of our elder people who couldn't barely read the card that are being shown to them. So I think that alone have catch our attention. We thought it was today to see our best to understand that some of those crises that have been there, but if
Oh, I think Ben internet is giving him problem. Emmanuel, can you hear Ben?
Yeah, yes. Very.
we couldn't have saw what we saw yesterday by the AFL people where you see
Yes, internet is
Yeah.
giving a low glitch as he was alluding to what happened yesterday at the BTC barrack. Barrack wherein they were doing the recruitment. Yeah, what the recruitment process in regards to recruiting librarians who are interested in joining the army. All right, and part of the thing that was placed on a very high scale yesterday that took the entire internet was the reading, wherein they'll put the plaque, the sheet of paper with the writings bold on it, and they tell you to read. You're gonna be from a verified, and then they'll tell you to read. So we saw many people not being able to do that. And part of the reason, if you ask me, part of the reason I felt that was the way it went is because when people are in hurry to read, they make error. And moreover, people cannot do well on camera when they are reading. So these are some of the things that we should take into consideration. All right. Because if they are given a sheet of paper to read it and they are not in a hurry, trust me, those people who performed Desmond Day yesterday, they will do exceptionally well. And we cannot keep lashing at them because of the system. The system is a failed system. The system failed you and myself. The system failed me. That's the reason I'm here in India today pursuing education. I have no business leaving my country and coming here for education if the system had not failed me. But the system failed me. The system failed the people who were on the the street yesterday, and those who are also on the street today. The system also failed them as well. So we are talking this from a whole broader perspective. People may come in and say, "Oh, okay, the system did not fail. The students fail, or the individual fail themselves." But I'm saying today, my point that I stand on today on the wicked dose, I'm saying that the system failed us. All right, the system failed us, the system failed me, the system failed all the librarians that are here in India today, and the rest of the world that are pursuing different higher education. I'm not saying that if you have the money, you can do it, but it's because the system is not in place, the system is not well equipped. That's the reason why we left the country in hope of getting better education. So I will stop here and allow Ben to continue.
I'm clear now, so I'm
Yeah,
putting my
you're clear.
like I said, EDC is gone, so we just manage it like this. So yeah, I will hear you are saying that the system fail us, right? So somebody would like to say no, the system didn't fail us.
Mm-hmm.
It's students who fail themselves. So since I saw that stuff happening on Facebook, I've been reading a lot of posts, and some people are like arguing it's the fault of the government. Supposedly, no, it's not the fault of of the system. It's the fault of the citizen, and yet and then. So it's actually a two-way side because it is a reality. Seriously, it is a sad reality that we are seeing. It shocked me that you will see young person, right? They show you a card, they really very much vivid, and you barely see or ever see them able to read, the illustration are on a card. So it's actually saddening. So now in Liberia, we are facing a very troubling reality. Somebody will say, yes, we are seeing more kids in school. Yes, we are seeing more kids in school, but the reality here is, are they actually learning? Right? We are seeing more kids in school, but the reality here, are they actually learning? So this is just to tell you that the AFL recruitment have just exposed one of the weakness when it comes to our educational sector in Liberia, right? Because we saw people of age looking at that, people of age that we when you see, right? So there's something that I wrote on Facebook prior to the show where you see like we are educated when it comes to our appearance, but in reality, it's not there. Because when you see the appearance of a person, say, yeah, this man, and you get a confidence that they can be able to read this and that. But after yesterday, I felt so bad when I saw people, the reading deficiency of people yesterday. And it's actually a crisis that we are facing in Liberia. So both the system and the students themselves have failed us. Somebody will say, yes, I grew up in the interior, but today I can read, I can write, and I have achieved, lots of education. Somebody will say, yes, though I didn't allow the system to define me. People can say, do not let where you come from define you. Yes, we can look at it other way. Some people will say, yes, the government have provided avenue, right? Have given you the opportunity to go to school. But yet instead you see youth are not making use of the opportunity to go to school. So when you say the system have failed then or they themselves have failed the system. So it might not hear you.
Yeah. My phone continue to to increase in temperature. So sometimes it just go up by itself and then come on. So I'm so sorry about that. I tried connecting my computer, but it's not going through. Yeah. Again, I'm so thankful to you guys for hosting me here. Uh, it's a privilege, and I hope to be back. You know, for many discussions as always. It's so sad. For our nation. It's so sad for us, especially where we saw it live. The world saw it. People in many parts of the world saw it. That alone, defines, how unserious or how messed up, our system. The recruitment process yesterday, speak a lot of volume in so many aspects. Uh, like most people, like to read a particular expression of paper, like somebody is looking at POP stop and calling it post. Somebody is looking at each and calling it every. So tell me those basic things for people to learn, like in primary school. It's something that is very questionable. It's something that we have to question, and it's something that we have to take it very seriously. So if that can happen in Montegrado, that seems to be so sophisticated when it comes to so many things as compared to the rural places. Tell me, what would you expect in those remaining 14 counties? Those hard to reach counties. So if you are to to carry on that same exercise in many sectors in Liberia, you will see the same result. So that is to tell you that our system needs a serious reform. We need to actually rebrand our system, and we need to really focus on the foundation of the kids. So there are a lot of increase in terms of enrollment than previous decades. Enrollment have increased. People are going to school. Children are going to school. But the question is, are they really learning? Do they have the necessary skills? Are they really putting time to their education? Or is it that the system is not really in their favor? So there are a lot of questions that we have to ask ourselves. What's really happening?
Sure.
Is it the system or the student or the instructors themselves? So there are a lot of factors. You have the system,
Yeah, yeah.
which is one of the key factors.
Mhm.
The system has to be held accountable. The system has to be very robust when it comes to improvement of our quality of education. So if you have a better system, the students will be challenged. The students will be able to at least to sit down and really learn what they are taught. Another key challenge is the instructors or the teachers. Do we really have qualified, trained, and experienced teachers? Some may answer yes, we have. But how many? How many of them we have? Nowadays, you have so many high school graduates that are teaching our secondary school. Now, tell me, what experience do they have? Are they qualified to teach? What do they really know? Yes, you will say, oh yeah, this guy was smart. He came first class. Yes, he's smart. But he has to go through the proper channel. He has to go through a teacher training institution and either obtain C, B, or an A certificate in your specialized area. Another factor is the student themselves. Some students, they don't care, because of the rapport they may have with maybe the instructors or some of the staff in higher authority. Oh yeah, this is my uncle or this is my friend. So even if I fail, I'll still pass at the end of the year. So that continues to happen over and over, year in, year out. And those same students that have been doing such things, the school will graduate them and they will be out there. So once they are enroll in a tertiary institution, they will carry on the same behavior. And the same thing goes to the tertiary institution, especially those private owned ones. Some of them just care about raising funds or making profits, but they don't really care about giving quality education. Some, yes, some of them do. I'm not saying all, but some of them are in a habit. Even if an instructor, fails a student, that instructor will be called and asked many questions as to why the student failed. So even if the instructor has to prove beyond all reasonable doubt as to how the student fails, it will be compromised, or pass the student because of this and that. So because they want to always raise profits. So there
So,
are a lot of, yeah.
so yeah, you struck a very key points. So, I was reading yesterday because when I received the topic, I started to do some background investigation. So it was shocking that on the Ministry of Education website, I saw something that said after 2 decades, that is after our Civil War, right? That you made mention of. They said enrollment of students have increased. And they are estimating in 2015, they say 1.4 billion children are in school. So you see the number? The number is bad. It's actually high. 1.4 million rather children are in school. That was in 2015. And they said 15 to 20% of the children, well, what they do, they stay out of school, right? 54% of that number completed primary education. They say adult literacy was low as 48%. So looking at that, then it also make us understand that they say it will shock you, right? It will shock you that the one I real puzzled me was after getting all of those fun statistics. So I came out and said, well, then they try to tell me, say, it will shock you that children between 9 to 10 years can barely read what they read from the book. You see, so that tells us that the foundation is weakening, right? So tell look at 10 years old child, right? Telling us that 10-year-old child can barely read what they write, they read from the book. Children cannot understand basic text even after 5 years in school. They can understand basic text. We saw it yesterday. Just an example yesterday. We saw people, the KD flashcard. Like you said, another guy, he's telling what each, EACH, pronouncing it as every. They kept carrying him back. So that tells us that we have our serious challenge, right? So Rennie, when you are making the argument that the systems have failed us, somebody will come and say, no, the system haven't failed us. We have failed the system. Because looking at, when I saw the number yesterday, I said, 1.4 million children are in school, right? The ministry telling us by 2015. So you look at from 2015 now to 2026. So if you're telling me that 1.4 million children are in school, and you're telling me that enrollment have increased over the past 2 decades, then what is actually the problem that children barely can read what they read from the book? So Rennie, let me hear from you. Rennie. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Am I audible? Okay. There are quite a reason why I say the system failed us. The system failed us because we made a system. All right. We made a system. The system was not there. We didn't make the system. We made a system, and there are criteria set to make sure that every stage of the learning curve that one passes, you go through it with a proper scrutiny. Way back, you guys on the set can bear me witness that when you meet somebody who got their education back in the late 70s towards the 80s, and they just say from the 60s towards the 80s, they will tell you that a sixth grade student at that time can teach currently in the current dispensation we're having right now. All right, because at that time the system was put in place, and then they have set of rules, and they have benchmark that you have to reach. All right, they have benchmark that you have to reach. But nowadays the system is set in a way in which that every student or every child or children that passes through a system, they just pass through that system because they want to feel like passing through it. They the first they will do is that they will maneuver their way through the system by either bribing the teacher or sleeping with the school authority. All right, whosoever that is in charge of that particular authority. You are aware here, so even get your money in that difficult. It's not possible. Because in the very first place, she want your money. She ain't rich, yo. Alright. He or she they're not rich, they're not poor, but they
You will
don't
not
want
see
it.
it. You will
Yeah,
not
they
see
don't
it.
want it. They better take that chapati or the samosa, they eat it, or the biryani, they eat it, and they feel satisfied and very okay with it. All right, and that's what make the system here is very effective, and you will understand that the only distinction between the private schools here, the private universities here, and the government university is that test that the state board usually runs. Each state have their own board that run that test for the government
Yeah.
institution. That's the only thing that said, that only criteria that set the private school from the public school. But then you will understand that the curriculums are the same. They make sure that the knowledge base that they give in the private school are feeding the same thing. Only that test for Punjab, you call it for Punjab State, which I'm in, they call it the PTU. All right, for Delhi, for Delhi, the state that Delhi is in, UP, Uttar Pradesh, right? They call it different. They call it the state board test, different one. Or when you go to Hyderabad, when you go to Tamil Nadu, when you go to Goa, when you go to Madhya Pradesh, when you go to or how do you call it? When you go to Haryana, when you get to Himachal Pradesh, right? They have different ways of calling it. All right. So if you have a system set in place, making sure that things are followed the rightful way, you have the rightful proceeding. Trust me, nobody gonna penetrate the system. But the system feel we. I mean, the system feel us, honestly speaking, because the people who in trust with the system, they are all power greed. That's the very first thing we should look at. They're all power greed. Number two is that they compromise. All right, the attention span of a librarian is very short. Any other thing that you think about, we don't like long things. That's the reason why you will see a typical librarians will submit the assignment 3 hours before deadline, or even sometimes 1 hour, sometimes even 30 minutes before deadline. We librarians, we get our tendency, we like for teams to jam us. At the end of the day, we find ourselves always in tight situation here and there. We put ourselves under extreme duress. You'll never see a librarian that will get out and do things on time. If that librarian get out and start doing things on time, the very first thing you will know that, oh, okay, the upbringing is different. He was not rare and grew. He did not. He wasn't rare and grew up in Liberia. The system which he were operating on was quite different. You and I know for this country that I'm in, the India that I'm in right now, when you're dealing with foreign nationals, the whole entire thing is completely different. All right, you will know that there are set of rules, there are set of things that are put in place, making sure that things are done the rightful way. If you can carry your Liberian mindset there, it becomes a problem. I have a working space for which I'm proud of, which I'm into. All right, I have a co-working space where I'm into, and every time they will ask me about we have not been seeing your people, we are not seeing your people around, we're not seeing your people around. Why are they not coming around? I say you don't want to put Liberian in this space because you get the whole entire thing shaky. You don't want to do that. So the people who will entrust with the system, yes, the system fail us, but those who will entrust with the system, that's where the issue is. Yes, those
So
who entrust with the system, that's where the issue is. If the set of criteria put in place, making sure that all these remedies are met, trust me, Ben, we'll not be having issues. Oh no, we'll not be. But if the set of criteria that are put in place, people are bypassing them and saying, "Oh, this is my personal interest. I don't want a person go through this stress. Put this person this way." The special treatment in Liberia, this is why bringing these things right? Because if you put special treatment towards certain people or certain individual when it comes to the learning in the learning environment, trust me, you'll get the lapses, you'll get other people feeling like this is what they would not want to do, they would not want to do the extra mile. And
okay, so
nowadays you will see the social environment also contribute a whole lot when it comes to these things. The child will tell you that, oh, okay, I'd rather go and sit to Passion nightclub to buy my 5 for 5 or 10 for 20 then I go sit down and go equip myself with digital learning tools or whatsoever it may be. In the whole entire West Africa, but let's be honest with ourselves, Emmanuel. In the whole entire West Africa, right, we have the most. I don't know. I don't want to say door, right? I don't even want to use the word door, but we have the low mindset content creators in the whole entire West Africa. Must talk about the entire Africa before we come to the whole entire world. And what is trending right now, you and I know, you and Ben is aware. What is trending right now is a content creator reaching out to young girls that are there. They telling the whole entire world how they can sell their body, how much they charge per night, how much they charge per hour. We seeing these things. It's on the internet. We laugh at it. We're not frowning at it. We laugh at it. There is nothing being done from the justice side. There is nothing being done from ministry of education side. These people that are shooting this content, all right, the ones that are going after these young girls and targeting them to create that exposure to be stopped. Else we are creating casualties that we cannot fix in the near future. So I'm gonna stop here for now and allow you and Emmanuel to throw light in. Thank you.
yeah, thank you. So again, Today, wherever you are watching, this is the weekly dose on the Premier Talk, and we are actually discussing the hidden educational crisis in Liberia today. And I have with me two of my colleagues. One is from Asia, Rennie is joining us from India, and Emmanuel is joining us from Ghana. And I'm here from Liberia. So we have been discussing the issue relating to the hidden crisis in our educational sector. We are highlighting we are seeing more enrollment in school. Enrollment have increased, but the question here is, are our children actually learning? So, coming back to you, Emmanuel. So, Rennie is saying the system have failed us. I think you concur with Rennie that the systems have failed us because we have a very weak foundation. There is no strong primary education available for our kids. Though Ministry of Education said there are 1.4 million children, right, in school, but between 9 to 10 years, they barely read what they read from the blackboard. So, what do you think are some of those challenges or causes that we are seeing or we are experiencing high enrollment in school, but yet and still we are seeing there are a lot of reading challenges?
Before coming to that, let me just share with you some experiences that I have seen or gone through here in Ghana in terms of the system, bro. Okay, so when you talk about the system back in India, you don't even think of robbing anybody. No matter how much you bring, no matter what sweet words you tell the professors, they won't go to listen to what you will say. So it is the same system here in Ghana. This place is really, really challenging. It challenges every student, no matter where you're from. Even as a Ghanaian studying in Ghana here, you won't be able to like bypass the system. The system is the system. I quite recently has experienced my first exam, final exam, and I saw how the people take exam very seriously. Just like I don't really know how to really describe it, but it's very important because they don't joke when it comes to exam, and the exam is very, 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 very lengthy. So you won't say, oh, because of this, because of that. Yeah, really.
Quiet, it's only you.
Yeah, quick second. If you're watching it live, if you want to join, if you're watching it live, you want to join, just send Ben message. Yeah, he's using Alaska Pay. Let me write in the comment section. You'll send him message and he will forward the link to you. Peace. If you're watching it live and
Okay.
you want to join to make your contribution. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, thanks. Again, the people system here is actually synchronous because every system, in fact, everything that you do, like where I am in Kumasi,
I think his device gone out again. But he's
Yeah,
using
Emma
his
is
phone to join.
freezing. Yeah, so Emma will be back. He is experiencing some internet, some device. So like Emma was saying, right? Because we understand running like we went to India. Yeah, there are some other countries here. Right after you finish your exam, hmm? You said you are where to when today is the
Mhm.
last day. Once you read the final exam, you don't see teacher again to say maybe school open and you start registration.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, that tells you that there is system in play, but in Liberia is on the contrary. The first thing we
definitely.
see that the teachers that are in the class not even prepared and qualified. Most of our primary educators in Liberia, they don't have the primary education certificate. They go to school, they graduated, they have that classroom management. Some of them, as soon, like Imaya was saying, some of them, as soon as they graduate from high school, right, you'll see them back in the classroom. As teacher assistant, yes, the person is smart, but there's something once a person don't have a classroom management, they will not know what they are doing. So at the end of the day, most of our schools in Liberia now are built based on profit making. Business without profit yet is good, but we got to understand, are they actually providing the necessary education to our kids? Because the primary education is the basic, that we our children needs to get. Like some of us, we're not fortunate to have attended those, uh, B schools, those well-known institutions and our primary stuff like that. No. But yet and still we fight it until today. Today we are where we are, based on our determination. Sometimes you go to school, right? You take your test and your school tell you say, you didn't pass the test, you didn't give me money. Most of our high school is the order of the day. Most of our high school is the order of the day, right? You see, when as soon as instructor get test, the next thing he try to collect money. Now I will
Mm-hmm.
give this example, right? I think you might get a test of this when we're in 10th grade, or the class period 10th grade. We have an English instructor, I'll not call any for privacy. We have an English instructor. The man when we did our first period test, he came, he said, he corrected the first two papers, and it wasn't encouraging, so the entire class failed. How can you say the entire class failed? Because yeah, you corrected the first two papers. So he said, every member of the class should be able to pay $220. And that was in 10th grade. Our 10th grade had two sessions, 10 1 and 10 2. And we have a police imagine test, we have our 10th grade year, right? It was one of the class that instructor used to be very afraid when it comes to that stuff. So we said no. We'll not be able to give you money till you correct our paper, bring our paper, let us see our grades, then we'll be able to something. The man said, we are challenging him. At the end of the day, the man failed me first period, he failed me second period, he failed me third period. Why? Because I didn't, encourage the students to go and give him a bribe. So we are seeing these things in our library institution. The kids are not serious now because even the teachers that are in class are not prepared. Some of them they get tests, they don't even know their own tests. They just go and get them on the student. When the kids fail, they go and say, okay, they go to collect bribe from the kids. And these things are actually breaking our education system down. There are some of the courses that children are not serious now. People say, okay, I even studying that man lesson because I know at the end of the day, even as studying, I study, oh, I will still getting money, I will pass. Right? It is some of the results we saw out there yesterday. Not just forget about out there. It will shock you. Some people graduate from high school, but give them just one paragraph to read. You will see how you will see. Some of them not better read. Like for instance, now when you see graduation coming, somebody getting speech on Facebook, we see how horrible they can be. Yeah, these are things that we see. Yes, these are things that we see. So actually, we are actually going through a lot in Liberia. Our education system needs a serious rebranding, right? We need a rebranding. So you might you go ahead, you are talking, you went out.
Yeah,
So let
my
me
phone got
just add,
some problem.
yeah,
Yeah, I
add on
don't.
there.
Yeah, we kept talking about
I'm
this.
sharing, I'm sharing link. Yeah.
So yeah, the system, like I was saying, the system is actually the problem because uh, I was giving, I was trying, or highlight, here in Ghana, in terms of the system. So the system alone can, challenge the student. So if you fail, you fail. If you pass, you pass. That's the system. So the system here is not like tough. Even though people may say, "Oh, Ghana is very tough in terms of learning," that's how you would think. But the system is strict. They don't compromise anything. That's how people say, "Oh, it is tough." Yeah, it is tough because you have to be, able to, to prove yourself. So, like for exam here, you are all by yourself. You don't talk to nobody. Even if you talk to anybody, you are disqualified. That's the first thing, and you'll be and you will be uh, asked to walk out. So if we have the same system in Liberia and feel very robust, and when students fail, you fail. If a student fail 3, 4, 5 times in one class, that student will be very serious. But now, if a student fails back home, So he or she will go and maybe talk to somebody in high authority, maybe other principal or maybe other class sponsor, grab and pass. So you do it throughout your schooling. Maybe if you are in 10th grade, from 10th to 12th grade, you do the same thing. Even if you go in university, the same behavior goes along with you. So if we actually uh, put some reform into our system, if we actually, put into place a tough measure in our system, I trust and believe that things will get better. Because if the system is weak and porous, anything can happen. Bribery is the least thing to ever happen if you have a porous system. If you have a system that is not strong enough to stand against academic, dishonesty. If you have a good system,
Yeah.
you actually have good students because a system will challenge you, the student, that if and only if you fail, there is nothing to compromise. You will fail. And if you repeat a class maybe two, three times, you as a student will get serious. And even if you decide to change your school and go to the next school, you will be denied. If we just put a system in place, trust me, we will have some changes in our academic system. Students will actually, study because nowadays everything has become very simple. We have the internet at our disposal. Not like during those days where uh, our parents have to go to the library, for textbooks and do assignments, maybe walk miles to go just to go to a friend place and do assignment. But now we can sit into our very bedroom at our very home and do our assignment right on our phone and learn anything we want to learn right on our phone. Even some topics that you don't understand, you can even go on YouTube.
Yeah.
You just put on topic and you will learn it, to the best. So if the student themselves post seriousness, and if we have qualified instructors, if we have trained instructors, and those people should be very, very honest when it comes to being strict on or the intents of principles. You should have a principal as an instructor. And if the system discourages bribery, and if the system, put into place a mechanism where students will be able to focus on their lesson and improve the facilities, we'll have a better system. We can compare our system with other countries when we have good improvement. Look at Ghana. Ghana is no, we are way almost three times or four times older than Ghana. Yet and still Ghana is improving in terms of the education system. Liberia had a very good, stuff before, like in terms of good system before. We have a very good, and people used to talk about our system before in the 90s, in the 70s, the 60s. There are people who talk good about Liberia. Even one of my instructors always mentioned Monrovia. During those days, Liberia was very, 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 encouraging in the a place to go and study. But now, what has put an end to it? Is it because of corruption or is it because of what? So we can go back to those days and rebrand our system and put into many reforms that will actually, speak volume and that will actually make our system better. So this is what I just have to, to say to all of my brothers and sisters out there. Take
Okay.
your
So thank you. So, you described a very good points. Yeah, these are and the thing that needs to be done. So, I'm seeing a very interesting comment by one Ijoma, Allah Ijoma. Yeah. So, she said, yes, I agree the system has failed us because most teachers in Liberia are not satisfied with the amount they have agreed to teach for. Even if you give most teachers in Liberia 1 million every month, they won't still take they will still take money from students for grace. Most of them are teaching because they feel it is the only and fastest ways to enrich themselves. Very brilliant comment. She struck a very good points. We are seeing that in Liberia. So the teachers in Liberia now they are just English may say they are just they are just prone to corruption. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, because
Let me see. Um,
yes,
Godson
my
Gonglo. Godson Gonglo, he said accessibility is limited. I can't join using my phone. I'm away from my laptop. You can call. I'm gonna place a number on the screen. You can use the number on the screen, and then you call, and you make a contribution to the show, Chief. We really need you guys to make a contribution towards the show. All right. Yes, you can call and making a contribution towards the topic and on discussion. Thank you, Ben. You can continue.
yeah, I just read a comment like I saying. So you seeing that? So the barrier is corruption has taken over the classroom because some teachers, like when they go in a class when they are not even prepared to even present a lesson to the case. Sometimes like for our high school, so now we have the 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes to teach. That 45 minutes I was to go teach for you enter the classroom, you leave the lecture, you talk for like 20 minutes on different things. If I don't feel mean I will leave, just do yeah and then because you're not prepared end of the day, you go and draw the test for the case. That they say when they see it, they will say, I didn't parliament at the end of the day, all of will pay our money. And right after the exam, he will get somebody in the classroom that will be able to be collecting a mark. So now the education system in Liberia is for money. Some people can say, well, you still it. You not still it, you will still pay. We experience it. We all graduate from high school here, we experience it. Right? So if the administration, right, were putting into place measures to curtail or to eradicate these things, right, to see how better we can put a very straightforward, you know, policies that will be able to get rid of those things so that our kids can be able to focus, they can be able to learn and stuff like that. We are actually going through a lot. You will not understand till you leave Liberia. When you and I were just saw recently, right? Most of the children that just graduated from
Mm-hmm.
high school that came to India, more especially our university, we saw that upward.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
first semester, why majority of them fail all of the courses they are doing. You seeing that? That's just tell you that how weak our education system. Somebody just graduated from high school, right? Your first year university, the basic freshman courses, you failing all. You getting that? You failing all. So it is a very serious and serious challenge. Let me read a comment from Mr. Gonglo. He said, one thing we have to understand, we can't be one side on this issue. I do understand the system is judged by eight weakless members. After spending 12 years in school, basic literacy, being able to read and write is the minimum standard. When this is not achieved, it doesn't reflect on the system to some extent. First of all, what do we refer to as the systems? So it is a question. So he asking, so he's saying we shouldn't just focus on the system. So maybe like I was saying, some people say yes, the system haven't failed us because the system have the government have created avenue for everybody to go to
Okay.
school, no leaving no child behind. But the children are not
Okay. Let me.
serious. I mean, speaking from that point of
Mhm.
view. So
Okay.
he
Let
asked,
me establish.
what
Let me
is the
establish
system?
the
Yeah.
part first, Ben and Emmanuel. We all agree on the platform that the formal education is not good for everybody.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, plain blank, we know that. All right. To conclude point, when we mention the system, we are talking about the set of rules and guidelines put in place, making sure that the criteria put in place, making sure that one passes through from one entry to the other entry. All right, like you have the pre-nursery, then you get kindergarten. From kindergarten, you get the how do you call it? The
Elementary.
primary, then you get what? Yeah, sorry, the elementary, and then you get it what? You get a junior high, and
Zero.
then you get it what? You get a senior high.
Yeah.
All right, these are all different um, building block set in place, and each block you passes through, there should be a proper scrutiny. If you go to the pre-nursery side, there should be a scrutiny before going towards the what, the kindergarten. When you get to the kindergarten, before going to the elementary side, there should be a scrutiny. When you get to that elementary side, before going to the what, the junior high, there should be a scrutiny. When you get to the junior high, before going to the senior high, there should be a scrutiny. That's why if you look at in a late 2000, I think it was around 2013 to 2014 when they canceled that sixth grade WIAC, right, that they usually used to have, because it was, I think by that time it was, I think, 6th and 12th grade. All right. I don't think they had at that time they had ninth grade. They had six and 12th grade, right? Those standards were set in place, making sure that before you cross it from one end to another, you should reach certain benchmark. And should the child pass through the pre-nursery coming to the kindergarten side, before that child crosses that kindergarten point going to the junior high, sorry, not junior high, the elementary side, you should know that, oh, okay, formal education is good for the child, or the child or children, or they should be to the informal side. All right. By that time, if you put that criteria in place, making sure that you vet them accordingly, you will not waste your time. There are so many people in university, we know, right? They're not. It's not their thing. It's not for them. Like, the way you find them doing, you find them doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. Emmanuel, Ben will tell you that in the country we are, right? You will see PhD holder having a shop,
Oh
provisional
yeah,
shop.
same here in Ghana. There are many. There
Let
are
me tell
many.
you.
Okay,
Degrees, but
PhD
they are
holder
they are
having
having
a
texting.
provisional shop,
Having food.
a provisional shop. So
Yeah,
you will kind of feel like, oh, okay, this person, they didn't get the bare minimum of education, but it's not it, because there are too many. The
so many.
opportunities are few for them. All right. But what they make sure that they put their people there. In the country, they have the highest number of universities in the world. Who where you see it? University and colleges, they have the highest number. And trust me, Ben is aware. They want to call college and they want to call university. The standards are there. It's up to you. Ben is aware. Every individual from Liberia or any part of Africa that comes to India for education, the standards and the criteria are set in place, Emmanuel, so that today or tomorrow you can critique a system and say, oh no, 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 the system is there. The system is fixed, Emmanuel.
Yeah,
The system is fixed. And should there be a rules to be added to it, they will make sure that it is adjustable to every institution, be it private or public. And yeah, that in the country, Emmanuel, it get me to understand that you will not see any reason of you just choosing a private school or a public school or a public school or a private school, but it make everything at the same level.
Everything is see.
At the same level. The same curriculum, Emmanuel. There is nothing changing. You ask
that's
a
just
person
that's the
who is
system.
attending the public school, the public college or university will tell you the same thing. Oh, okay, we're having the same curriculum. The same Indian person are teaching the same Indian person going to teach the next side. And like
Yeah,
I said, like I said previously for my intro, um, the instructors are here. They're not living a lavish lifestyle. They don't have all. They don't claim to have all. But do you know why? Yeah, do you know one thing? One thing is for sure that they're not going to take your money. Oh no, they're not
yeah,
going to take it.
No.
They're not going to take them. They don't need it from you. They don't. Because if they are caught, they are out of that system. And just that one university that flagged them, Emmanuel, and the listening audience, all right? They are out for good. For them to
You go
find
make fun.
for them to find
It's
any place.
It will be
To
hard.
quote yourself again is dangerous. You're not finding it is in our society in Liberia. And you will see the child coming or the child having a bright future, Emmanuel. Before you know, the teacher not run behind a child, he either not molest the child or he not bring some funny thing around. I'm telling you, it's serious.
Sure. Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, these are things that we see every day in the classroom.
All right? And then you already taking money from the child. Sometimes they go to the extent, Emmanuel, they give the child children double punishment, especially for the girls' children. All right? And it's even if it has even started going to the boys' children. The boys' children are being molested as well. Because you
Yeah.
haven't fair engaged in the school now. Ah yeah, for present, the university that I was attending before coming here, how do you call it? Lucas. They were definitely you see colleagues, friends, and everyone. They were definitely. You can't label them. God will come after you. No. So if you put all these things in place, if the right criteria are set and put in place, Congo and the rest of the listening audience, trust me, you will not have to worry about anything. It doesn't matter who in power. No. I can tell you one thing for sure today. If President John Mahama leave the Ghana presidency today, the next person take over. The Ghana education system stay the same. Nothing gonna change.
Very same. Yeah.
Mhm.
Prime Minister Modi, all right, Narendra Modi, that is in power today as the Prime Minister of India. That run the state of affairs, going outside and doing everything. Though India has president, but the president only there to do to
Yeah,
work in the
you
conference of
better
the
hear
country.
my
So he
hustle.
doesn't go outside. The only
Not
way
many
she will
people
go
know that.
outside the last time this is my 4th year in India. This coming August will be 4 year in India. The last time I hear the president go outside Ben was I think 2 months ago. I think 2 or 3 months ago when she visited Angola. All right, visited Angola, and the reason she go there was because the prime minister was somewhere else. You were elsewhere. He couldn't make it in time to that Angola deal. They were going to
Yeah,
sign
you,
a major agreement in regards to the how do you call it, the barrels of oil that I think India is supposed to be receiving from Angola, or Angola is supposed to receive from India, either of them. Right, but it was an oil deal. All right, and the systems are there. Nobody critiquing it. The systems are there.
hmm
All of those things that are put in place, they are there. You see, master people who have masters upon masters. They are here. They are young boys and girls that are selling on the street. Shoe shine maker. Imagine you go shine and shoot the one papa, you know people will tell you. But people will tell you get bachelor, you get master. So now you will tell you get two masters before you can on a PhD. Shoe shine
Wow.
maker. But the
Yeah.
education here for the people is affordable.
sure.
The only people are paying more that we the foreigners that are not from India. That we the one
Yeah.
we the
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
paying more.
Obvious.
But for them, the education is affordable. And the knowledge supposed to go there. Even though you'll be social media later on in the future, Papa, but you just know that you're supposed to do the education thing. You don't gotta pass the formal process. And trust me,
Yeah.
if you see them, Ben here, look to this. When the internet tells you it's smart, it's smart. But when it tells you the door.
All right.
I
Oh,
want you about it. You get, I don't want you get cheesy. Yeah.
if the
So we're
message,
not saying we're not
yeah.
and for the listening audience, we are on the show here. We're not trying to compare the Liberal educational system to that of India. We are giving example. We're not comparing to Ghana. It's not even close. We'll talk about India. Not even close to Uganda where our Mercado is. I know you're watching the show quietly.
Cut it off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
come
even,
on, when you are watching, people will say, shout out
yeah.
on you, shout out on you, shout out on you, come on.
Yeah, we probably watching or you watch sometime soon. All right. Well, Congo, I wish you,
So,
I wish you had a label to come on a platform for you to show your face. Let me make
you
few
post the
pictures.
number?
All right. No, I haven't put the number. I think you can send me. I don't know because this number I having is I don't know. Yeah.
Because,
We are talking about the criteria that put in place. Cathedrals around there. Before that child reach to the elementary and go to the junior and senior, you should already know that okay, the child formal education not good for them. You should already know. You don't need rocket scientists to tell you that okay, the formal education is not good for this child or children. You should already know.
yeah,
Hands down, you should know. Oh yes, you should know. Because if not now, it becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And when it becomes a problem, who gets affected is the whole entire country. When you educate one person, do you know how many lives you have changed? When you educate not just one person, when you educate one person properly, when it goes through the breadful channel of education, do you know how many lives you have impacted? Do you know how many lives you have changed? The system is broken. The system is rotten. Let us not fool ourselves. And it is not with this current administration, it's not from the former administration, it is upon it started way, 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 way back.
So
Way,
yeah,
way, way
so
back. It's not something that just started, no. After the war, after the civil war, I think, Ben, is that 18 years or 21?
almost 2 decades now, from
Okay,
almost
cool.
2 decades plus. Yeah.
After that whole entire civil war thing, my people, there should have been a restructure, revamping of the whole entire education system. Right now, it's going to be computer or wonder. Where are you right now? You're
Yeah,
nowhere to be found.
we wonder now we are
You know,
seeing
when we talk
influence.
about hosting conferences, seminars, and everything that people can attend, people can feel the ecosystem, people can go in and invest into and call for more Africans. The people are having startups, people are having Google ideas that they want to turn into impact. Where do they go? They go to Kenya, they go to Rwanda, they go to Botswana. Sometimes South Africa, sometimes how do you call it? Places like the Angola. But the reason they will not go to places like Angola because it's not English speaking region. It's a Portuguese speaking region. It
Yeah.
says
So
we
so
feel
we
the whole entire thing, everything is rotten and need a total change, not just one area. Need a total change. The last time again, all our friends are our artists leaving they eat the two months how do you call it front line and going to perform at a concert at what's the high school name Saint
St.
Teresa
Teresa.
Convent. Saint Teresa Convent. We frown at that. We say Christoph should have done that. But the school administration should have known better to not send Christoph there. If that criteria was set in place for the school authority to know that okay, this provision in the Ministry of Education, how do you call it, preview or in their bylaws that artists are not supposed to go there and go make that kind of a performance that he did with the young kids. They sing the music back and forth. And all those ones that were singing the music, right? You're just looking at those who the AFL recruiting right now. All those kids that were singing Christoph music that time, my hey, my Jay, my dad. When you bring them now to you just land them up, single file and see something. We're crying back then. I usually tell my colleague and friend Yadini Williams, right? Emmanuel. I usually tell him, I said, we're crying. We say the Congo men should leave. The Congo people should leave the system. The country men take over. What the country men have done. The country men have created more chaos than the Congo men will ever have done or will ever do. I'm telling you.
So
I'll
we
just
get,
stop there and give you a better chance
yeah.
to come in.
So we are like 10 minutes to go. So Patrick Jackson saying everything has changed. Our people needs to realize that because God is not coming down to talk to anyone again. Maybe the team rocket scientists will tell them God is not making new education. So so we have like roughly 10 minutes to go. So to all of our followers who are following, Windio, Patrick, Ijoma, and Batiman, we want to say thanks for your input, Pride. We want to say thanks for your input. Thanks for always following our show. We ask you that you just kind of share the live and invite people to join. I do. We open a space if you want to make your input. You can call the number that will be posted because people are finding it difficult to join. That we just want to join, but you find it difficult to join from inside. So we have been here discussing the hidden crisis in our educational sector in Liberia. So what are the challenges and what are the way forward? So we are saying the system needs to be restructured. The system needs to be revamped as compared to other African and not compared to other countries around the world. So when we work on the systems, I think we can be able to do more. Once the system is in place and proper policy implementation is in place, we'll be able to achieve that desired outcomes. Mind you, we have good policies, right? We have laws that are on book. But one of the things that we are facing in Liberia is the implementation aspect. Most of these policies and law that govern those various sectors, right? The proper implementation is not actually there. So at the end of the day, we will still see that gaps and we will still see that loopholes are compared to this. So we have been here discussing, giving our insight. We are not biased, like we said. It was a very like we're coming from an objective point of view, right? Where everybody gave their opinion. So Rennie was saying the system failed us, and I was saying we should look at it both sides. Where the system have failed, yes, somebody will say no. Though the system have failed us, but I never, allow the system to define me. Though I came in the remote era, I didn't receive those basic, primary education, but today, I've done much in the society. So when you are watching the number of them posted a WhatsApp number, just call your number, and you'll be able to give your view. So let us give our 2 minutes or 1 minute parting comments. I think the topic. So we'll start with Emmanuel. We'll get it running and so your parting comments and the way forward for the day.
Yeah. Uh, Let me say firstly, thank you to you guys for hosting me. Yeah, I'm so honored. And my phone just kept going up and on because of the network and also the temperature of the phone just increasing. Yeah, so you know the path forward is very clear. The way forward is very clear. We have seen it. So we need to prioritize our learning in Liberia. We need to professionalize teaching. We have to make teaching a profession in Liberia, where people will value it, where they'll be well paid. And we also need to take into consideration to improve our various classroom to reduce the number of students per class. Now, in the public school, you have a lot of students, about maybe 100 plus in one class. That alone, can cause to uh, some reduce or some low level of learning, because you won't be able to focus on all of the students as an instructor. So we need to reduce the level of or the number of students per class. Maximum should be 50. If all of these things are taken into consideration with consistency and courage, Liberia can renew or can reform our system, and that it will be able to improve development and economic consistency. So this is what I have to tell on Liberian people, our country. This is the only place we have. We have to compare Liberia, to other countries in terms of education. We have to prioritize our own system. We are not against the system. We are for the system. We pray that the better thing be done so that our students can be able to compete with other students. Look, here in Ghana, kids are very sharp. Let me tell you, no lie, they are very sharp because they are preparing themselves. The system is preparing them, and they themselves are also being encouraged by the system to prepare more. So if we try to incorporate that into our country, into our system, our students will be able to, to go out there and make our country proud. Many students find it difficult, like you were saying. Some of the students that went India, failed because of maybe the new system that they saw, and they were not too, acquainted with such or a new system or such a system that will challenge them. So even in Ghana too, Ghana is the system is very difficult. So now for me, I have to sit down for almost 5 to 6 hours to commit myself to study. If you don't study, you'll fail. Let me tell you no lie. If you don't study, you'll fail. The only secret to academic success is study. Commit yourself to study. Commit the time to your lesson. That's the only key thing that you have to do. So there is no magic. Other countries are playing. There is no magic. Liberia can do more. and even better than those countries that are doing such. We have experience. Liberia is a country that has a lot of experiences. When it comes to so many things. So we are able to do more. So let all of us come together and build our system to have a better educational foundation for our kids tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. It was a pleasure having you on the weekly dose. Today is a debut appearance, and we hope that sometime if you have a less busy time, we can meet up and be able to give our ones and two on the topic matter. So, matter is saying we need to improve the system. We need to like work on the class size, right? Where when the class is overpopulated, some of the students will not really be paying attention. We need to look at that also and see how best we can be able to incorporate and the quality of learning that our children need. So, Renela, yeah, your parting comments and way forward.
All right, my parting comment is pretty simple. Yeah, the system is rotten. The system need a total revamp. We need to put everything aside and leave what we're doing and get back into it and make sure that we're doing it correctly. And if the education system is not fixed in a country, you have so many problems, and that's what gets us where we are today as a nation. Because you see somebody put two paragraphs on Facebook, and the person that put out two paragraphs, somebody that go to 30-second video, I would prefer that 30-second video or a two paragraph, because I think that person will say in 30-second video is more juicy. At the end of the day, we don't want to read. Librarians don't read, Manuel. That's a sad reality. Librarians don't read. That's the reason why you see an average librarian. I'll continue to say the average librarian will not submit his or her assignment on the 15 to 20 minute for deadline. Yes, that's the sad reality. All right, that's the reason why you see your average librarian, when we don't push when we are not pushed against the wall to do certain things, we're not deliver. That's why you see the average librarian will make empty promises at the end of the day, will not deliver. All we do is just charade. We won't do club. We won't move from one place to another. We won't go for party. We won't go for basketball game, football game, and all these things are not fixed at the end of the day. Will become problem. You just all have educated people around in the country, and we have a profound educational system. And you have somebody like football player be president, like bro, in this day and age. Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
Are you kidding me? Are you for real? It can happen. The system need a whole total change.
When they're Jonah very late, like anyway, we're just giving like his
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 minutes.
Konglo, how are you, Chief?
I don't even getting us.
You're muted. You're muted. Just on mute.
So just go ahead. Maybe he's I don't know.
Yeah. So the system need total revamp. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that what Ben is saying, that, oh, okay, we need it from both sides. But again, the people who make up the system, if we can do that whole cleaning up campaign that the Mirrorbird start, right? We get a clean slate on upfront. It will be a very good one. We're not saying that parent and teacher relationship should not be there, but you should not be giving the teacher money to favor your child or children over the others. It's not good. It's not helping us. It cannot help us. All right, it cannot help. Just go out and then come back again. Yeah, it cannot help us. Honestly speaking, it cannot help us. I wish it could. All right, I wish it could, but it cannot help us. It's not helping us. Oh no, it's not. We should try our possible best to help to make the system effective, to help to bring that change on all front, man. And I'm excited that we're having a conversation today. I'm excited. There's a burning issue that I've been having on my heart. We cannot shame and name all those people that didn't give out their best during the AFL recruitment process yesterday. No, we cannot shame them because of the
Mhm.
system. Like I said, it's because of the system. After the war from 2003 up front, there was nothing put in place, because the war, according to history, I was a war in 2003. From 2003 up front, let's say 2004. We have democratic election. After the war, we have democratic from we have how do you call it? Election 2005, 2005, 2011, 2017, 2023. Still nothing
So
have been changed.
yeah, so
It's a problem.
I think we can improve. We can invest in actual literacy, right? Because the Ministry of Education Council that says leaving no child behind or leaving no one behind. So I think when we can improve or invest in adult literacy, it will also help to close some of these gaps because there are lots of gaps still open. We need that qualified teacher in a classroom, yes, not just taking somebody from anywhere and just bring them into the classroom. So we need that qualified teachers to be able to come in the classroom, that teacher who have been trained, and we need to like focus mostly on the rural area than the urban places, right? Because if you it will shock you when you go to the rural part of the country. If you see, even the school building will discourage you. Honestly, even the infrastructure will discourage you. You see the case where they are sitting, it is not okay with them. The infrastructure alone will discourage you, and learning doesn't take place in such an environment. I can tell you. The first thing, because of the high level of poverty that we are going through, we will not learn because the first thing you go into school, you are hungry. Because you can be hungry, you go sit in class, your whole mind will not be there. You can be hungry, you learn. It will never work, right? You need to be in an environment that will encourage you to learn. But most of these remote places, if you go out, just leave most of our country. Where your bars sometimes are going, the little villages along the road, see school building, see the kids along the road going. It will discourage you, right? So the government needs to improve when it comes to adult literacy. Yes, they need to improve. They need to like upgrade the teaching systems in Liberia. Be able to employ people of those qualified individuals. Be able to put people in the classroom based on their competence, not because you know them. Be able to do that, right? Be able to invest in the educational sectors. Be able to improve, digital learning. Like we said, not many of the even some of the instructors, not many of them know how to navigate through a laptop or through a digital platform. It will shock you. You see an instructor not even know how to operate a computer. Before I talk about operating, navigating through the phone. Not many of them have idea on that. So our old systems of learning we need to upgrade and to be able to move to the new system. So it has been a very fascinating discussion. Like I wrote something on Facebook. Let me just see if I can get it. Now final talks. Okay, yeah. What I said, Liberia's challenge is no longer just getting the children into school, but it is also ensuring that every child who enters the classroom actually learn. Until the gap is closed, the country risks a generation that is educated in appearance but not in ability. So until we close this gap like that, so we will keep experiencing this and this and this and this and this. How many other literature schools we have in Maserati County that the government owned by government that provide all of those subsidies? How many of them? So until we do these things, until we ensure that every child that enter the classroom learn, until then, we will not be educated in our appearance. When our fan clothes will come out, when people see us, say, okay, yes, yeah, that man is intelligent, that guy, is this and that. But when it comes to the upward, because you can learn without applying it. You can be educated and you can apply education. You are not educated. So they say we should know how to, when you are educated, we say you should know how to what? Read and write. So we can say we are educated, we don't even know how to read nor write. So until these gaps are closed, we'll only be having educated people based on experience but not in ability. So yeah, been
Definitely.
a very nice, been a very nice discussion. We look forward of having such
Yes.
discussion in a sooner possible
So
time. So
the platform is open. The platform is open. If you have a show, you have ideas that you want to bring to light, we can give you the space, but just make sure it's non-political. Anything non-political, we accept it. Hence, that you're not paying your back penny. You're not paying it. All right, don't say, oh, the put charging me. No, 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 no. There's a free creative space that you can use. Just bring your show your proposal, submit it to Premier Television. You can submit it to my inbox. Just on Facebook, Rennie K, you can submit that proposal to me, or you go Alaska Pay or Rennie K, or even Premier Television. When you send a proposal to us, we'll look at it. Or the number that is on the screen here, you can use it as a WhatsApp number. You can use this WhatsApp number on the screen and send in your proposal. All right. Use the WhatsApp number on the screen and send in your proposal if you want to have your own independent show. However, please, we run non-political programs. So if it's anything that has to do with politics, that you can't here be lashing at government, no, 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 right? We can disagree to agree. We can do it in a cordial manner. What we just did just now, right? We critique the whole entire system, all right? But it was based on diverse view. There was nothing that was stripped there and playing the bag and say, oh, not Nathan, sorry, me and Emmanuel can me agree or Ben will be on different side. No. Prior to coming on the set just now, I never met Nathaniel before online or even in person. All right. So nothing was stripped yet to say, oh, put it straight down for everybody to read through the straight and yeah, go back. No. If you have your own idea and if you want to be joining the show, we urge you to just message the WhatsApp number on the screen. Whenever we're having a show, we have the show every Tuesday. All right. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Liberia time. That is a 1 hour program. But today we'll go 1 hour, 30 minutes. All right. Emmanuel, thank you for joining, and we'll always like for you to be part of us on the weekly rules. And if you have a show idea or you know of somebody that have show idea that want to come on, the platform is available to everyone. The platform is free and fair, transparent to everyone. We're not censoring people. We're not telling people to not do this. But anything political, sorry, is not on our platform. Yes, anything political because if it's labeling you, they will not label you as an individual. They will label everybody on the whole entire platform. Yes.
Okay, Rennie, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay, ready. Well, now it's having Emmanuel. So I mean, as nothing, as not giving them any pressure.
Yeah,
God knows what life.
as your
I've
pressure.
never put saying the Gary, but
Uh,
Johnny. But however,
yeah,
so
no, easy. Mentally won't be dragging all around.
yeah, so Emmanuel
Yeah,
is my comrade. We both graduated from the same high school. We were very close from junior till we left Dominion, the Wars of Dominion. So Emmanuel, I've been knowing him for a very long time. Every Conglo also graduated with us from Dominion. We met in the 12th grade. We are all comers, and we came out 2016 with the same batch. So we are all friends, and since our graduation, many members of our class have been doing tremendously well. Yeah, the class, we have more members now who have, yeah, who just look at high school and say, no, high school is not my limit. Some of them have gone, they have gotten their first degree. Some of them is on a second degree. So it's a very, very much important thing that we love to see young people engaging into. When there was in China, and now you have crossed over to the US. Yes. So we let me just use this platform to say congratulations, the man is about to get married. I think this month. Yeah,
oh, really?
I'm making mistake. Yeah,
Yeah.
Winner is getting married this month. He
Oh,
posted the
wow.
information in his Abi class in our group chat. So on behalf, let me just use this platform to say congratulations, bro. We are proud of you and the
Yeah,
level you
congrats.
have a seed. Yeah, you have a seed. And come Emmanuel too, yeah, he got a BSc a BSc from AME, right? He has in
Yeah,
environmental science. Yeah, now he is in Ghana pursue a master's. We have environmentalists on the platform too. They come Kato. So he may
okay.
specialize in wildlife conservation. So he's in Uganda. Also, yes, yeah, he's in Uganda. Yeah, we have most of our members in Rwanda. Yes, and we have few of our members in India, and I'm in Liberia now. Yes, so we are hoping sometimes if you're less busy when discussing the show, you have ideas, you just come on and we'll be able to share our knowledge. So we'd like to say thanks for always following for those that are watching. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for sharing our show and thanks for your input. We look forward to having a very fruitful discussion this coming Tuesday, same time on same platform. So it has been a very good day, and we call this a day for today. Studio, you can take it from there.
Yes, thank you, Ben, and thank you, Emmanuel. Also, Emmanuel will love to have you again on the weekly dose, like I said.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
folks, we'll launch a call for new members very soon, very, very soon. You can be a part of this platform. This platform is solely and wholly non-political. I will emphasize it 100 times. Please, people, if you want to kind of destroy, you do what you want to do, just do it in a safer manner. Just what we did just now. We want to show you we not take any side. Say, oh, quality another political party, quality another political group. No, we put a blue on everybody. They gonna say you can put a blue on me. Yeah, we put a blue on everybody. Say yeah. So big in here. All right. If you want to be part of a platform, the number on the screen, yeah, you can message the number on the screen. It's WhatsApp number on the screen. All right. Just in case if you come across this video again, there's a program that comes on every Tuesday at 12 p.m. GMT. That's Liberia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast. That's the time zone there, the GMT. All right. Yeah, that we should be 6:30 p.m. If you're finding for India, it'll be 6:30 p.m. India Standard Time. All right. I don't know which one of the time will be in one eye. However, thank you so much for following. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate. Take your time, like, share, and comment. And also, if you have any message for us, you can reach us to him at Alaska Pay on Facebook or RENNIE K. Yes. Or the WhatsApp number on the screen here, you can send whatsoever you want to send, your own show proposal, whatsoever you want to send, you're able to do that. So thank you. Until you hear my voice again, will be next Tuesday. Bye bye from my end.